Good afternoon. Bad Crafter here. Been a long time. Got a little project we're going to work on. We've got a lamp. We are going to replace the cord, the whole thing. New cord, new top. We're going to use this little kit. This kit right here. I'll back up a little bit. There you go. That kit's got everything that we need in it. So we're going to get started. We'll take you along. Hopefully you can see what's going on here. I don't know, we'll try to do this. So we are going to take off the bottom, little felt, which is kind of roached, let's say. That's a good word for it, roached. So take the cord off here. Since we are replacing the cord, I don't have to be too particularly fussy. We're going to take this piece off, this top. It just pops off. I believe there's a spot that you can just squeeze a little bit, squeeze, pulls right apart. Got wires on the ends there of that switch, both sides. We're going to take a screwdriver and take those off. One side. Now, there's nothing wrong with this cord, by the way, or this switch. Nothing wrong with this. So I'm not going to throw it away. I'll put it in my, what I'm going to call stash. Put it in my stash so that I can use it again on some other project. And same with the cord. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not the color that we really wanted. So here you can see the cord is coming up through that lamp. Goodbye cord. There's the cord there, pulled right through. Pretty much piece of cake. We're going to undo this little knot. That little knot right there. Just going to untie that knot. I forgot I got these sleeves on. I was out in the woods cutting some firewood and that, and I like wearing these sleeves. Really nice, not to get all scratched up and chewed up from the branches. Okay, so again, nothing wrong with the cord. We'll keep it. It'll work on something else that we want a brown cord for. So this part here and this part, these two parts are fine. I have to get them out from, get that out of this. So that looks like, let's see. Okay. I'm not sure what you can see in there, but there's a nut inside at the very top that holds that part on there. So I've twisted it just a little bit, and I got it off. I got it off, but I don't want to lose, I don't want to, well, that I can put back on, just a little washer, but I don't want to lose this. I'm going to leave it so it's hanging out, and I'm going to put the new switch and all that, thread that back on there, so I don't want that to come off. And open up our kit here. And there's that. All right. I got to figure out how I'm going to tighten. Oh. Did I say I didn't want that to drop out? Pretty sure I did. Oh man. Well, that just turned a really simple job into a much more complicated job, but we'll get it. So, little nut there on the end with a piece of felt to go up against the ceramic on here. So we're going to put and find out what socket that is, and see if I can put some extensions on to be able to reach down there. See if I can put some extensions on to reach down there and hold that. So, see what we got here. Okay, 9/16. 9/16 works. And let's see. So, extension, another extension. I'm going to need all of these I can get, and then a deep-seated or deep socket. So there's what I got. I'll back up a little bit. That's what I got. Obviously I can reach in there all the way to hold that up. So we're going to put that on. Put that on like that. Did I do that? I lost that there. Oh, gotcha. Okay. I'll try it again. Set that there. Okay, I'm still managing here. Just got to get it to start threading. Obviously probably the trickiest part, there we go. Probably the trickiest part. Look at that. Okay. So I have my socket extensions all the way through there. Got this piece that was in the kit. Threaded on. Okay, so now take that off, socket, we're good to go all the way through. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, smarty pants, how are you going to get the cord up there and through that? How do you feed that through? So, it's what electricians would call a fish tape. So, this is the old cord. You can see I got that little jobby there, little split. We're going to take a pair of cutters. We're going to cut that off. Oh my goodness. There. Cut that off. On this lamp, there's a little hole. That's where they want the cord to go in. So, I'm going to bring the cord down from the top. And you can see it's right here coming out. And then I'm going to go through the hole. And what I'm going to do is take my new one. This is the new cord for the lamp. New one. And they've already, I don't know if you notice this here, but they've already, this is stranded wire, but what they've done is they've tinned it. They've soldered the ends of that wire just a little bit so they don't separate and fray apart. So I'm going to take, got to get this here. So there's the wire coming out. I'm going to take this wire, back up again. Sorry. I'm going to take this wire here and I'm going to overlap it just a little bit like that, and I'll tape that down and then I'll pull the whole thing right back through. So we're going to get a little electrical tape. I know we got some. Oh, I don't need that great big giant one. It don't matter what color it is. It don't have to be black. It can be any color. All it's got to do is hold it long enough to pull that through. And you can't get it too bulky. You can't get it too bulky or you're never going to get it through that little dinky hole. So again, just gonna overlap them and tape that up. So, trying to do it here so you can see. Probably not gonna see it, but I'm gonna try. So it's right there. Put it right over that. Put it on there. Fold that around. Fold that again. Try to keep it tight. I don't want it to peel off. And then I'm going to just go up the cord with it a little bit. All I got to do is get it through there. That's all I got to do. Okay, we're going to cut this off. There's our tape. Cut that off. Wrap that on around. Okay. So, brown, black, hard to see, but brown, black with yellow tape. We're going to start feeding this in. Pull the slack out. Feed it in a little more. Pull the slack. Feeding it in. You can see me feeding it in. Pull that slack. Okay, I'm coming to the little tricky part. Pull that through. Just pull that through. I got it just, like I said, it is tight, so you don't have a lot of room. Push that in there. Kind of twist it, it'll work its way, and you're through right there. So, hopefully you can see the two colors in there. Keep pulling that up. Give it a little bit more, a little bit more. Now, I'm sure I'm pulling it up this way. This hasn't got a lot of room here either. I can see the tape. Hopefully, look at that. There it is. It's all the way through. See? That's how you fish it. That's called fishing. Electrical fishing. Alright, so I don't need this on anymore. I got it wrapped up so nice. Okay, pull that off, undo that tape, that's off, there we go. Okay, this is all part of the kit here now. So this was together. Again, I just squeezed it a little bit. Comes apart. This is another little connector, so that's going to thread into that. And just thread that on there, one way or the other. Got a set screw there, not sure I really need a set screw, but I guess. thread that on. That can kind of be the stop. Tighten that up or snug it up. Doesn't have to be tight. Snug it up. We'll take this now, feed that wire through there, poking it through. Just slide it on down. So right now I've got the bottom where the switch, or the bottom where the switch is going to be. That little threaded piece, that's going to thread into this piece. And we'll turn that on there. There we are. See there? Okay. Looking good. Inside of this is the switch. This is already separated. I got 2 screws. I got silver and bronze, or it's not bronze, but we're going to call it kind of a bronze. Okay. So we're going to bend a little tiny hook in it. Not sure if you can see the hook. I'll hold my hand. There's the hook. Okay. We're going to put that there. Another little tip, and I'm sure you already know all this, but one little tip is you want to put your hook around the screw so that when you turn the screw, you're tightening it. The wires around it clockwise too, so when you tighten it, it's holding that wire on. So nice and neat there. Can't see any extra wire. It's all tightened up underneath that screw. Little tension there. Then you want to do the same thing on this one. We'll take this loose. You can see on this, maybe you can't, but on that particular, on this thing, there's a couple little barbs right there and right there. That's to hold the wire on. So you put it right up on the one side, bend it around, and you want to make it, not sure if you're going to see that, but you put it just so that little barb back there is going to hold that wire again, and then turn it. It tightens down on it, and it should hold it there so it doesn't come off. Your wire is nice and snug, not a lot of extra wire. Tighten it up, snug it up. There you go. Now, feed this back down inside here. This little piece right here, that covers up your screws. There's cardboard inside of this. That's what the cardboard's for, so that those screws don't rub on this little metal thing. That's what the cardboard is in there for. So that slips right around the switch. Push this back down. Push it back down. Take the slack out of it there. and we're gonna hear, we should hear 2 little clicks. Hopefully we hear it here. I'm gonna put this so the switch is on that side, and we should hear a couple little clicks here when I push this down. See if we hear it. There we go. Click, click. Okay, and I see I forgot something. This is supposed to go underneath that. So squeeze this just a little bit. Comes back off. Don't panic. Pull it back off. Take that off. Loosen up my screws. Loosen that up. It happens. It happens. Not worth worrying about. So we are going to take, we're going to take that little set screw that I said, just loosen that up a little bit. We're going to thread that back off. I'm not sure you can see any of this. I'm trying to make it so you can see, but probably not doing too good. So that's going to come off. Pull that back up. That was Larry's little blunder there. Don't need that all on there. Just take that part, put your wires through there, put it back down, put it on there, and then we're going to feed that back up through there. 2 wires, push it up, thread that on. Why does that look? It is a little crooked, doesn't it? Okay. There we go. Okay. Tighten this back up. Just snug. Take my switch right here. Wrap it around the wires. Sorry, I showed you all this once before, so I wasn't ignoring you. Okay, so there's that side. We'll get this one on right here, just like we had it before. Held on with those little barbs. Nice and tight there. Tighten it down. Sorry. Okay. Goes down in there. Put that there. Put this back around it there. That goes on there. We're going to listen for a couple clicks again. There we go. There's the other one. Click, click. Okay, so we've got the main piece put back in. Got this underneath the switch plate, and that's the spot where the harp goes in for the lampshade. So there you have it. Not a real big deal. It's all set up for. Got a new switch ready for a lampshade. Cord comes out, nice long cord, and my wife will put a new piece of felt on the bottom, and it'll be all set to go. So, older lamp, nice style. Older lamp all set to be put back into use again. So, Badcrafter project successful here. Thank you for watching. If you like what you've seen, thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. We hope to have a few more videos coming out a little bit more often. Sorry for the big gap. Kind of got busy there for a while, and so we're hopefully going to put together a few more. So thanks for watching again. We'll see you on the next one.